Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Whiskey, Tea, and Flowers. I'm James, your host. Excited to be here with you today. Something I want to cover with you today is how to properly store your loose leaf tea. Let's get started. So, there are four main things you need to be aware of, cognizant of when it comes to properly storing your loose leaf tea: light, moisture, heat, and air. Let me repeat: light, moisture, heat, and air. So each of those four, if you expose your tea to for a prolonged period of time, you start to get some oxidation, and then your tea starts to just wither, if you will. Think about it like this: if you've got your tea and you've got it in a new pack, if you were to say put it in a freezer, condensation, different things starts to work its way in that moisture. It starts to actually mold your tea and starts to destroy your tea. Light leads to oxidation, and heat will break down the tea leaves. So these are just different things that you want to be cognizant of. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you what good looks like, and we're going to demonstrate a little bit about what better could look like. So let's get started. So first up, this is a brand new sealed 80-gram packet of green tea. As you can see, looking at the profile here, it's got a tearaway, and then you've also got a vacuum reseal here. What I like about this, I mean, it already comes well packaged and everything, the slim profile. It's not a full-on vacuum seal, but the great thing about it is you can always reseal it and get more of that air out of the packet. So one thing you want to do, definitely push a lot of that air out of the packet every time you're going to seal. You don't want to have a lot of air in there. Additionally, this does a great job of protecting from light, right? So we don't have to worry about any light penetration whatsoever. Now, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're storing in a cool, dry place, maybe a pantry or whatnot, but certainly don't want to be putting it in a refrigerator, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, again, let's just go ahead and demonstrate. So here, I just go ahead and tear off the top. And as you can see, I've got my perforated lines there, front and back. And all I would do, even after I've opened that, it's beautiful. This is a Yamakai, by the way. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyhow, now to properly reseal, I would simply get as much as that of that air out of there and just push along a perforated line. It's that simple. Again, we get that slim profile. We don't lose any of our characteristics of the tea. And now it's just a matter of storing in a cool, dry place. So that's a good vacuum seal out of the bag. Next, I'm going to move to an even better vacuum seal, and that is this right here. So as you can see, I mean, this thing is really well done. Look at that profile. On the back of the bag itself, you can see the outline of the loose tea leaves, and that's what you want. I mean, this actually profiles better than this side by side. However, there is one flaw, and I'm going to demonstrate that. I got my scissors here. As you can see, and as quickly as I did that, that tea simply started to break away because that vacuum seal has been broken. So now all of my tea starts to kind of sink because, again, there's nothing holding it together. Very fresh smell, very robust aroma. But now we have a problem. But we can solve that problem a couple of ways. First and foremost, I would encourage you, if you've got one of these lying around, a Ziploc bag, you can utilize it for a packet such as this. All you want to do, again, get as much of that air out as possible. What I like to do is I will simply fold down such as you can see here, and I will place that in my Ziploc. Now, once you place it in the Ziploc, everything still holds. You still want to get as much air out as possible, okay? So again, just along the perforated lines going down, but then I like to just smooth it out as much as possible. Again, squeezing that air out of there the entire time. And there you have it. Good to go for a long period of time. You extend the life of your loose leaf tea when you do this. Okay, so keep that in mind. You want a nice or as close to perfect a vacuum seal as you can. Next, I'm going to talk about canisters. So this here is a canister that I bought several years back from Teavana. And I like it. I mean, it's very simple. You know, there's no thrills or frills about this thing, but it gets the job done, which is what you want. So I'm going to take the top off here. See if you can hear that. There you go. You get a nice little pop at the top there as you remove that. And then what you can see here, you've got this seal. You've got a secondary seal there as well. And all you're going to do here is pull that off. Okay, so that's nice and sealed in there. One thing you want to keep in mind when you're dealing with canister, again, if in the case here, so the gyokuro that's inside here is almost gone. You want to get a canister that's relatively in relative size to the amount of tea that you're storing. So say for instance, I've got here an 80-gram bag of loose leaf tea. 80 grams will easily fit in here, but you want to get something with a little smaller profile, because again, we want to minimize light. We want to minimize those four elements that I mentioned earlier. And if you've got a larger canister or whatnot, well, one of those four is going to impact you. But that's not to say that this doesn't work. It's just a matter of ensuring that we've got enough tea in there. All right, so that's just a quick run through of how you can get the most out of your loose leaf tea and extend its shelf life as you continue to experience and enjoy your journey. As always, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. This is James, and this is Whiskey, Tea, and Flowers. Until next time, bye-bye, and enjoy your tea.